All right. Cool. So thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for those of you that are on this call live. Thank you for those of you who are going to be watching the replay. Anytime that you're watching this, I hope you grab some value out of it. I'm super excited because we have added a little bit more content and training in from the last Getting Started Strong call, and this is only our second official one. So it's just going to keep getting better and better because I've been watching more and more, and I've been learning and trying to absorb more and more from different coaches. And I'm just super excited to bring everything that I learned to you guys and let you guys know what has worked for me, because when I started coaching 6 years ago, I didn't have like the connections that I have now with my coaches. And so I don't want you guys to stall like it did for my first 3 years. I want you guys to start strong, get your belief in what you're doing, get behind what your mission is, and go help other people and help other women. So I'm really excited to get you guys this content. Again, do you guys hear the fan? Do you hear it? Okay, because I need it so bad. I'm sweating so much right now. My husband went to, I'm splitting a birthday dinner tonight, and they went to Target to go pick up the gift. And I was like, give me 40 minutes. I'll be ready. So we're going to do this. And I'm sweating. And I'm like, I wish I could have gone to Target in the AC. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm just going to go to my slides because I can go on tangents and just talk for hours and talk to you guys about anything and everything. I don't think I opened it. Let's see.
I didn't count that.
No one's talking to you, Siri. I guess my desktop. Okay. All right. So I have some slides from the last one, but I also, cool, go away, Siri. All right, sweet. So getting started strong. So usually the term that was used for these types of calls was getting started right. But I truly don't believe that there is a right way to do this business. I feel like everyone can take it and make it their own. For instance, Duran has a YouTube channel and they're huge Disney people. Like, I love Disney people. So when you have something else that isn't Beachbody related, where you can kind of like hook people in and connect with people, you're going to be in better shape than if you were just to share Beachbody all the time. So that just shows you like there's no right or wrong way to do this. And so this focus in this training is primarily to get you started strong, to give you the ideas and kind of the groundwork and framework to get your business started, and all of the things that it takes to actually talk to this many people, and the type of mentality that you're going to need to have in order to really connect with people on a deeper level. And also through this process, I've actually found so much about myself. And I talk about that a lot, that I feel more in tune with who I am at 34 than I ever have. And it's because of the personal development I've done to do this type of work. And yeah, it's just awesome. So if you can't be, I need to fix that. I didn't fix that. I can't believe I did it. If you can't be feared, just do it scared. That is what this is all about. It's about failing forward. It's about trying things. We don't clock in and out. We don't have management to give us an itinerary of what we need to do, what our tasks are. It's up to you to make that happen and take those steps. Welcome to the squad. We're so excited to see you here. I am so excited about the team we are building and the new life that our new coaches have brought into the team. So I'm just super excited to see everybody growing and getting out of their shells more and more, because I know that a lot of this job is really getting out of your comfort zone, and it sounds so cliche, but even I have those moments where I'm like afraid to hit send, or I get in my head about why or why not this person should be on the team, or I make that decision for them. But it's just so important to make those connections, and yeah, I'm just really excited to see you guys grow. So first things first that you want to wrap your head around. This is one of the biggest things that I get asked, because Facebook can get overwhelming. If you're not on Facebook every day, like I am for work and things like that and networking, it can get overwhelming. So when you're first coming in as a new Team Beachbody coach, you're like, oh my gosh, there's Team Beachbody 411, there's the Beachbody Champions. But you will know that they serve different purposes. So when you know, you can send them to your favorites. First of all, if you have a lot of groups, you should probably clean out your groups, because I'm sure you've been added to so many people's groups. Do yourself a favor, do something for your mental clarity, and leave some of those groups that you don't want to be in, that don't serve you. But no of these different groups are going to help you in your business, and they're going to be really great resources versus going to your upline and asking a lot of questions that you could find on your own. And the reason we have these groups as well is because there's so many moving parts in what we do. There's going to be an answer for everything, and you're going to learn something new absolutely every day. So the TBB 411, that is, I'll go find it real quick for you guys. Do you guys still see, let me share my desktop. There we go. Perfect. So this is my Facebook, Obvi. The TBB Coach 411 page is where we have our national wake-up calls. National wake-up calls are every Monday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. My computer's having a hard time. I think it's because it's hot. Okay. So this is where the national wake-up calls are. These are also on the podcast app. So if you are not big on watching video, when I used to do my commute to San Francisco, I would listen to them every morning via the podcast. But the replays are always going to be on here. This is also a really great resource because you're going to find out what's happening. They talk more, most of their content is tailored towards coaches. So you're going to hear a lot from like our trainers and get exclusive and even sometimes advanced information. They talk about Coach Summit, which is our annual coach convention where we go and celebrate successes. We learn from the top coaches. We mingle with coaches, because if there is one thing that I cannot stress enough, and I did not do this in my first probably 3 years as a coach, is I did not put any value in live events. If you have the opportunity, and I got some local coaches in here, I'm going to bug you guys about it. If you have the opportunity to attend a Super Saturday, they're now called Super Weekends because sometimes coaches throw them on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but it's usually one weekend in a quarter. If you have the opportunity to go to a Super Saturday or Super whatever it is in your area, I highly recommend you go, because there is nothing like mingling with Team Beachbody coaches and people that understand what your mission is and where your mentality is. So I highly recommend it. I didn't start going to events until like my first Super Saturday, which I like hate to admit was probably 3 years into coaching. And it was because I had a coach prospect that I wanted to take. And like, I was like bonding with her. So I didn't put any weight on it, but after that I went every time. I went pregnant. And then I started actually going on the Beachbody Success Club trips. And then my belief was like even more. And then I'm going to Indianapolis with Sabrina. So I'm super duper excited next month, and I get to meet her for the first time. So it's just like, it's crazy. It makes this job real. Like, we don't have a brick and mortar. We don't have an office. So when you get face-to-face time with people who get you like us, there's nothing like it. And that energy is just crazy. So I highly recommend going to those. Another group that we have, so TBB Coach, and then we have Beachbody Champions. If you are a business builder, Beachbody Champions is where it's at. This is where the top coaches in the network are sharing best tips and practices. Sometimes they'll go on and they'll do live power hours. Every week you're going to get a different call. So they'll go live. So Monday is our national wake up call. On Monday, Jericho, I still need to catch up on that. Yesterday, she went live with Morning Meltdown 100 details. There is another action hour, it looks like, for UK coaches. Like, there's always something going on in here. And there's always different trainings from, like, it's just insane. This is a really great resource. It's free, and you should be using it. So this is like all Beachbody coaches. And then for our team, so I am the founder of Brazen Fitness. I don't know how many coaches we have now. I think we have like 60 coaches. I want to hit 100 in like 2 months. Let's do it. So I'm Brazen Fitness, and then our grandpa coach, my mentor, Rob Pearson, I'm sure you guys have seen him, is the founder of Shred Nation. So Shred Nation is like our grandpa. I'm like your mom, and then your grandpa is like Rob, and they have Shred Nation. So you have the SN Coach family as well. You can access this group. You do have to request access, but you will be granted access if you are on my team or anybody in our downline. So this is our big group here. There's 1,437 members. And this is a really great resource too. So she actually posts the National Wake Up Call, but a really great addition that Chelsea put in here is the units. I highly recommend that you go through the units, and after each assignment, it tells you to tag me so that I can see you and I can cheer you on and I can see how far you've gotten. It's pretty basic things. It's like a welcome, kind of a little bit of personal development, talking about the qualities and setting up your EFT. Like they'll go through a few things in here, and I think it's a really quick, like you go through it in maybe an hour. So I highly recommend you go through here. But another really great feature of this group is the search function. Now, there's going to be a lot of questions. You can use the search function across any Facebook group that we have. But if you ever have any questions, first and foremost, we have the Coach FAQs. So if you go to coachfaqs.com, I believe it is the Beachbody FAQs. If you have any questions like, is breastfeeding good? Is Shakeology okay for breastfeeding moms? Can the performance line be used on kids? I don't know. Like if you have any questions regarding anything, you can post them in the group or do a quick search and see if it's been answered. The Shred Nation Coach family is a really great place for that, just because it's a really huge group and there's been a lot of places in there. Another great place to look is in the file sections of those bigger groups, because they're going to leave like scripts and things like that for you as well. So just click around, because as soon as you're in that group, you can use any resources any resource they have. I know in the Shred Nation Coach Family one, they also have one with like all hyperlinks to various YouTube websites. YouTube videos and trainings that they've done. So those are really, really great resources. I don't know why I keep stopping my share when I need to go back to my slides. Where are they at? Oh. There we go. Shred Nation Coach family. The Brazen Fitness Clubhouse is where we put all of our personally sponsored coaches in there. So that's like my version of the SN Coach family, I guess. But yeah, so you can place all your personally sponsored coaches in there. Even if they're not business builders, you can place them in there. We're doing recognition in there. It's just kind of fun for them to look at if they're open to it. The Brazen Fitness Business Builders is for coaches who are actively building businesses. The requirement to be in the group is to complete the business activity tracker. I know that some of you guys have it. I need to get one to Ingrid in the mail. But it's a really great like baseline of the activities that it takes to hit Success Club and sign new challengers on and really move your business forward. So that's what the Business Builders page is for. If you are not in there yet and you would like to be, just send me a message and let me know and I'll get you added in there. But the requirement is that tracker, because people will say they're working, but they're not really working. And so I want to make sure that I'm holding you accountable to the things that you said you were going to do. And that means that we need to be able to measure it. And that is our metric. That is just yeah. So, and then another group that you may have access to, if you are open to it, I know that I have a few emeralds here. We have an SN Emerald Circle, where again, they share a little bit higher level, sales and things like that, personal development things, and you have to be an active emerald to be in that group too. So there's always somewhere to plug you in. I like watching what other coaches do. I like learning from other coaches and seeing what's working for them and then taking it and applying it to my business. So there's no shame. Like we all share our resources and we all share everything that we do. So feel free to take what somebody's doing, tweak it, and see if it works for you, because that's really what this business is about. Your first goal as a new coach. Hold on, I need to drink some Energize. Okay. Help 3 people get started with a program in Shakeology, aka Challenge Pack, aka Wellness Kit. I've been using Wellness Kit a lot just because it sounds like a nice influencer word. And because challenge is more like, it just sounds like hard. So I like saying Wellness Kit because I'm all about just like it being your journey and it about being self-love rather it being like punishing your body and really trying to change your body, just like enhancing the body you have. So I like to use wording like a wellness kit. And that seems to work for me. You want to help 3 people. So that means you also get Success Club 6. You're going to get 2 points per challenge pack. And so that means you're also hitting Success Club for the month. Start with your friends and family as you grow your cold market. When you're first starting out as a coach, my easiest sales honestly came when I first signed up as a coach. I had a pretty good transformation. I was consistent. So it was really natural for me to go to my friends and not necessarily feel like I was selling them because obviously nobody wants to be sold to, but I'm the type of friend, like if I get excited about something and it works for me, like I want somebody to do it with me. Like I want to see that joy on somebody else's face. So for instance, when I wanted to lose weight after Cameron in 2011, I was looking up ways to lose weight. I found a CrossFit gym in San Leandro. I convinced 6 of my girlfriends to go to the CrossFit gym with me. Like, I was just like, hey, I'm going to be doing this. I'm hella nervous about it. I had another like cousin friend. She's like a family friend, but you know how Filipinos are. It's like a cousin. And she had a baby like a week before me. And I was like, May, do you want to do this? And she was like, heck yeah, I'm going to tell my cousin too. And then I had my best friend there. And then like the friend brought a friend. And that's just kind of like my personality. Like I'm just like, the more the merrier, just invite everybody. And so that's how I pretty much started my business. I was like, hey, like you can share your teammates' transformations. There is no shame in that. Share their transformations. Be like, hey, this is like my coach that I signed up with, and this is her transformation. I'm thinking that I need to make a change too. Like, I mean, I'm really nervous. Is this something that you'd want to do with me? And who doesn't want accountability and support and a bonding experience with one of your friends? So start with your friends and family. Also, achieving Success Club your first 3 months earns you a free ticket to Summit, and earning it all year will earn you a bigger trip. So we went on our cruise this year. Last year it was Mexico. I had earned it, but I was like 87 weeks pregnant, so I couldn't go. And then the year before that was the Dominican Republic, which was a blast. The kids still talk about it. You have the opportunity to earn these trips by hitting Success Club because you will get trip dollars and they will put it towards your room. And it's for you and a guest. And it's something that we look forward to every year. And it is so worth the already rewarding work that we do. And by the way, Melissa, is she on the call? No. She is very, very close to hitting that. She's 1 month away. She's already locked it in this month. Crazy. Hold on. Let me do this. Okay. Why aren't you? There we go. Your first invites. This is now going to be your job. If you want to do the minimum and help 3 people a month, and we're going to talk about money in a little bit because let's face it, we all live in California here. Money kind of talks, right? And if we could do crazy rewarding work and get paid for it, that's always ideal. You're going to become a conversation expert. When my business started taking off, I realized how many conversations I have with so many different people. And I used to get a little overwhelmed about it, but now I look at it and I look at my husband and I'm like, this is such a gift. What we have to offer is such a gift. Most of my customers and my clients end up being really great friends. And I think it's really awesome. So your goal is to connect with 3 new people a day and 20 a week. Right, okay, let me go ahead and preface this and say, this only looks gross, or it feels gross if you make it gross. If you come into a conversation, if you come into an invitation with the intent of making a friendship and making a connection, then it doesn't make it gross. It makes it super impactful, and that makes it worth it. And when you're first reaching out to them, you're not reaching out to close them. You're not like, do you want to buy something? Here's my link. You're starting a connection. Sometimes I'll like today I sent a DM. I looked at a girl's page real quick. I noticed that she just launched a YouTube page. She's like 22. She's like starting her fitness, and she started vlogging it. So I messaged her and I said, hey girl, congratulations on your YouTube channel. I think that's super cool. I actually have a YouTube channel too, but I found it so hard and frustrating to edit videos. How are you doing it? And I had no intent. I just really wanted to wish her luck. And I wanted to know. So it's just about having those conversations and just opening that door and opening that conversation. Be brief, excited, and close every message with a call to action. And I'm not saying call to action like, give me your email address, or, you know, like closing a sale. I mean, like, ask a question. Like I had asked her, what editing app are you using? How are you editing your videos? Where did you get that sweater? I saw that your son was wearing this. Where did you get that? I'm looking for the same thing. Like, ask questions and be interested, genuinely interested. Sometimes when they do know what your page is about, like for me, for instance, like it's pretty clear what I do at this point. Sometimes it is okay to get to that point where it gets to the invite pretty quickly. But when you're first starting out, it's important that you are asking those questions. But as you show consistency on your feed, you share with people what you're about, people are going to already know what you're about pretty early on. Another really great way to share your excitement is to use voice memos. You can voice memo in Facebook Messenger, and you can voice memo in Instagram. I love these features because you can hear somebody's voice and you can hear somebody's passion. Do I always feel super energetic? No, I do not always feel super energetic. Sometimes I need to really psych myself out. Sometimes I need to channel the energy that I need at the moment, or what I think my customer wants to hear. So I won't ever, if I'm in a bad mood, I will not respond to any DMs. So I wait for a good time because you want to keep that up, like that energy very consistent, because people pick up on that, and energy is everything when you're talking and interacting with somebody. Find the need before you fix their need. Get to know them and ask questions. We covered that. See what their pain points are. If it does get to fitness and they're like, I struggle finding the time, and or I struggle with, I get this a lot, and they're like, I can't find the time with the baby. And that kills me, because sometimes my baby's like sitting right there and I'm working out, you know? And I'm just like, really? Really? And so you have to find what their pain points are. So you can be like, hey, you know what? Sometimes it's okay for you to turn on Word Party for 20 minutes so that you can do a quick workout. Or sometimes it's okay to let the baby sit with some blocks next to you like I have. Sometimes I wait till nap time, or because it's only 20 minutes, I wake up another 20 minutes earlier. There's always a way to fix their needs. So you need to speak to their pain points specifically and not kind of like generalize it. Recognize and welcome objections are part of the process. You're going to get heard no a lot. The most common objection, I would say, is the price objection. But when you are able to depict the actual value of what we have to offer, like, they will feed off of that energy. If you feel like it's expensive, they're going to feel like it's expensive. So the way that you describe it is how they are going to feel it. Like, well, it is $140. But if you wanted it with the performance stack, it'll be $200. I know. No, this is the price. It is a steal. Some people pay $200 a week for a freaking trainer. The value is crazy good and it keeps on giving, right? And like, what has Shakeology done for you? What has the performance line done for you? What has Energize done for your performance in your workouts? How has Shakeology helped your digestive system? Like, fix their need, right? And recognize that these objections are going to come up. Follow up forever. This is huge. You're not just going to invite somebody one time and then be like, oh, I guess, you know, I'm inviting to my next challenge group. And, but I asked them last month and they ghosted me or they said no. You're going to keep following up and you're going to keep sending a message until they explicitly tell you no. No, like you have to just keep following up, because following up also shows that you care about that person and you're thinking about that person. So create systems for yourself, because I'll tell you now that my system used to be combing through, being like almost the end of the month and I haven't hit Success Club yet, and I'm combing through my DMs to see who I can send a message to. That was my process. Now I write them down, and then if they respond, I'll put like a check mark or something that tells me that I followed up with them. Some people like to use Google Sheets, but there are many different ways you could be tracking that. Follow up forever, because the fortune is in the follow up, and most of our sales, you will hear it from every single coach, is probably 80% of our sales comes from the follow up. And only about 20 actually approach us and say, I want to join your challenge group. It is a very rare thing that you will get somebody who's just ready to go and comes to you. Everything comes from the follow-up. Don't be afraid of the cost. It's of amazing value. So find value in your products and what you're doing, and it's not going to come off as expensive at all. It's going to come off as a steal. Don't send them your link right away. Do not do that. That's like saying somebody's like, oh, can you send me your store link? You're like sending them, like, think of it as like you're sending them to like fitness Amazon. Like, you don't want to just let them poke around. You want to get very specific on what they want and send them the share a cart right away. Share a cart is a way that you can send an email link and it'll be directly to the challenge pack that you are selling. Honestly, I sell, I would say 90% challenge packs, because that is all I offer. I don't tell people they could buy Energize by themselves. They usually ask me like, hey, can I get some Energize from you? But generally speaking, most of my commissions and most of my volume comes from Shakeology, home delivery people, and challenge pack sales. What time is it? I got 10 minutes, guys. I'm about to go through them. Your second goal as a coach. This is going to make much more sense to you guys, and you too, Zoran. So right now, as a regular, when you first sign up, you are a regular coach here. You don't have anybody under you. And then active coach means you have 50 PV points coming to you on home delivery. So Shakeology has 90 PV points. In order to stay an active coach, you do need to have products coming to you on a monthly basis that equate to at least 50 personal volume. An active emerald is the next step after the first coach sign up. So an active emerald is you plus 2. You also need to have an active 50 PV points in order to stay an active emerald. And when you are an active emerald, you also start to make a team cycle bonus. A team cycle bonus is a certain percentage of the team volume points that your team is accumulating for you. So it's not only just the people in Team Brazen Fitness, the people that Zoran signs up, the people that Danielle signs up. Also, remember how I told you we're part of the Big Shred Nation team? The Big Shred Nation team also places coaches under you as coaches after you guys come in. So they're stacking them under you. So the volume points that they start to accumulate will rise up to you, but you have to hit that first rank first in order to qualify for it. Does that make sense? Like, you have to be at that particular rank for you to benefit from other ranks. You're only really going to start to see that increase in your pay when you hit the diamond rank over here. So that's why we not stress, but we encourage you to go over here, because it's essentially the same behaviors that you're exuding as an emerald, but you're hitting emerald 4 different times here. You're not doing anything special. You're not like people put so much weight on that. And I just wanted to stress that, like, if you can hit emerald, you can hit diamond. You can just keep hitting emerald over and over again. It's the same thing. Active ruby, people always skip ruby and go straight to diamond. Oh, it's hot, guys. It's hot. With active diamond, you do need to have an 100 PV coming to you. So that could be like Shakeology plus Energize, because I think Energize is like 38 points, but it has to be at least 100. So Shakeology is not going to do it alone. Okay, so now we're going to get into a little bit of social media tips, and I'm going to kind of zoom by these because I probably have like 15 minutes. Helicopter, I'm sorry. Okay, so we're going to get into a little bit more social media organization type stuff. The first thing that you want to do as a coach, and I wish I had a slide for this, is do a coming out post. You want to take a photo that's kind of like light, eye-catching, and bright, not blurry. And you want to say, this is what I'm doing. If you have a transformation, I think that would be great. Danielle, you have an incredible transformation. If you want some of the pictures that I have from a while ago, I think I still have a folder. Because, girl, you put in work. And so that would be a really great coming out post, right? Say, this is what I was doing. This is who I was before I started Beachbody, or before I started this journey. This is who I am now. This is what I hope to keep doing, yada, 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 right? If you need help in crafting that, I'm here for you. But I think that is the first step to saying, I'm open for business. This is what I'm doing. So I'm going to go through the social media tips. Take your pictures in front of a window. Like right now I have a window here, so lighting is ideal. You don't generally want to be like in a closed space. If you do, you can lighten it up using apps like Lightroom. Switch up your poses, because for when I first started coaching, it was always like this, or it was like this. Like, switch it up. People don't want to see the same thing over and over. People don't want to just see your head in a square. We want to see you in motion. We want to see different poses. Take inspiration on poses and content from other accounts and collect them on Instagram. Now, in Instagram, you have the ability to, so if you go to Instagram, everybody, let's pull out your phones if you can. Going to Instagram, right? Go to the first picture. There is a little tiny ribbon on the right side of the picture on the bottom. You're gonna hit that and then hit save to collection. It's gonna pop up on the left. Did you do that? You're saving that, and I have 2 folders in here. So this is my Instagram. I have 1 folder for content and 1 folder for poses. Content is a folder that I created because I liked the story that person was telling and the caption, so I allowed it to help me. I'm gonna close this window. Of course, my freaking gardener comes right now. Okay, so I liked their content and I wanted to let that give me inspiration. And then poses is obvious, like poses, like things you want to mimic. That's how I get all my ideas on Instagram, guys. You guys know all my secrets now. I pretty much allow other people to inspire me, and I take it and I roll with it. Invest in a ring light. If you hit diamond on my team, you will get a ring light from me. It looks like this. I use it all the time. The lighting in my house in some places isn't great. Like where my mirror is, where I take my progress photos, it's really dark, so I will always pull out the ring light. It's a really great investment. Record your workouts and slice up the video. So I will, sometimes if I'm doing like a workout, I'll just set my phone down. I have a lot of memory in it. I'll just hit play. If you're going to put it on your Insta stories. Make sure you record up and down because that's how it's going to show up on Instagram. But I'll just record it, and then I'll take little 15-second clips of what I want to put on my Insta stories, and then I put it there with some text, some GIFs, and that's how I do that. Don't post too many Insta stories of just you talking. Big pet peeve. People don't follow. We're squirrels. We don't have that type of attention span. So you don't want people just to push through your stories. You want them to be engaged and you want them to watch. So don't do that. Take lots of progress photos. I take a ton of progress photos because you never know when you're going to need them. Something that I want to do when I remember is I saw another top coach doing it, is she'd do like a progress video. So like she would put her side by side of the picture, and then when you scroll on her Instagram, it's a video next of her like turning in the mirror, and it's exactly the same. And I thought that was so cool and just a different take on the regular progress photo. Change up your progress photo. Share your teammates' success. This is big because, oh my gosh, my husband keeps texting me. He's doing it to be annoying. Do you guys see that? Do you guys see his texts? Because they're so vulgar. I hope you don't see them. Oh my gosh, I'm going to tell him. Share your team successes. You can do that. You can share if your teammates' page is public, you can totally share it. People want to see social proof before they join you. They're going to watch your stories. They're going to want to see what your team culture is. They're going to want to see what you're doing. So it's so important that you show social proof. So if you don't quite have your transformation yet, I'm so sorry that is so loud. Is it okay? Can you guys still hear me okay? But can you hear like the weed whacking? Okay, good. Woo! They want to see that social proof before they join you. And another thing is share more than Beachbody. Like people aren't just going to want to, if you start to get monotonous, like I was feeling sometimes like I was doing the same things and sharing the same things, like people will watch more when I share funny things about my kids. Like yesterday, Cameron said, "That's censored." And I was like, oh my gosh, you just said that's censored. And I shared it. And people just think it's like hilarious because they get to know you aside from the Beachbody you. So you have to be able to connect with them. And on top of that, that's where I make the most connections is my son has ADHD. And I've met so many other moms who have come forward and are like offered me advice and help and how they guided me to get his 504 plan in place with the school district. Like I have been guided to so many blessings because of the people that I've connected with, but I never would have done that if I didn't put myself out there and share these very vulnerable things, right? Like I wouldn't know you guys if I didn't put myself out there, if I stayed in my bubble, if I stayed in my comfort zone. And it's really through these really vulnerable moments that where I'm afraid to hit send, that I've been able to connect with like the greatest people ever. Okay, so what would you do with an extra 800? Going through this quick. In your first month, if you sign on, you're going to sign on 3 people. You're going to make $50 per wellness kit, right? Remember, program Shakeology together. You will make $150 in your first month. Month 2, you sign on 3 more people. Again, you're going to make $150, 50 times 3 challenge packs. You also have 3 times $32 from the residual from the Shakeology HD from the first month because they're going to stay on Shakeology because they freaking love it and they can't live without it. And now you have this residual income here of $96. You've just made $246 in your second month. Now, how the compound effect works, you sign on 3 more customers at $150. Right? And now you have 6 customers on Shakeology Direct, which means 6 times 32, that's $192. And then you've made $396 a month. And it compounds as you help people get results, as you share the value in the products that you are using, and you share the belief. They're going to continue. These become your lifers. That's what we call lifers. We want people that are going to stick with us forever and ever and ever, because what we have is a gift. And so now in 3 months, you've made a little bit less than $800. Like, what would you do with that? That's awesome. I want to buy a new laptop. Vital process. Be proof the products work. Connect, invite, follow up. Get people results, personal development. These are kind of the 4 teachings that Beachbody gives us. And these are all laid out also on that business activity tracker. I'm gonna have to go really quickly. So, the business activity tracker. Ingrid, I have one in the mail for you. It's laminated. I like using a laminated one because then I just use a dry erase because then you're gonna end up printing them like crazy. Zoran, do you have a laminated one? I'm gonna send you one too. Everyone needs a laminated copy. So essentially the next slides are gonna be all on here. Hopefully you guys have some kind of copy in front of you now. If not, I will be mailing you one. But it's all outlined here. Commit to a program, give it 110%. If you do random programs, you get random results. How has Shakeology or the Performance Line helped you? Be open to all products and try them. Show commitment to yourself so others can trust you. I really wish I had more time, guys, but I'm gonna have to go through these pretty quickly. Commit to a program. It makes sense, right? If you do random programs, you're gonna get random results. I've had coaches be like, I'm gonna try PiYo today. I'm gonna go try Turbo Fire. Oh, I think I'm gonna do lift 4 legs, lift 4 week 2 legs with this. You're gonna get the most random results because the research and the development is so extensive in the programs that we have already. Do them as designed, and I promise you're gonna get the best results. Talk about how Shakeology or the Performance Line has helped you. Remember, we're not salespeople. We're not here to sell people. We're here to share the products that have worked for us. Be open to all the products and try them. I get Beach Bars sent to the house. I get Recover sent to the house. I get Energize sent to the house. I get a 3-day refresh every 3 months because I totally need it every 3 months. I get a lot. The point is I get a lot of product. And because it's so important that we try everything that we have so that we're educated enough to tell our customers what they actually truly need. Because there's no, like, you can't recommend something if you haven't tried it yourself. Yes, you can ask for testimonies. Oh my God, they're like right here right now. Seriously, the worst. At least the kids aren't here. I'll take that. But you want to try these products out. I'm going to tell you right now, the Beach Bars are freaking amazing. Like, I will never eat an RX bar again. I will never eat any other bar again. And I'm not just saying that, but like taste-wise, they're freaking delicious. So you need to try them. And then show commitment to yourself, because people are always going to see what you do for yourself before they decide whether or not they trust them with you in your hand. Like, if you can't coach yourself, you won't be able to coach them, and they're not going to trust you can. Connect, invite, follow up. Spend 15 minutes commenting and liking photos that pop up on your feed. Set a timer, go 15 minutes, and what I like to do is every picture that shows up on my Instagram, I'm commenting in some type of way, and just like saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe the kids are so big now, or that it was such a cool workout move, I can't wait to try that. Like, just comment, and I promise you, like, your notifications are going to blow up. More eyeballs are going to be on your page because it tells Instagram that you are engaging with other people. Therefore, you pop up on their feeds as well. It works in the algorithm. You have to be an active user, and social media is social, so you do have to use it in that way. Research hashtags that have 20,000 posts and under. It's okay to mix in like some hashtags that are huge, but you do want to really get niche specific and hone in on your target audience. So research your hashtags, and what I like to do is I save them in a note on my phone so that I can just copy and paste them and put them on my photos in a comment. I do it in a comment. Some people do it in the caption. There's no right or wrong way at this point. Send a message to all followers and people who watch your IG stories. We have a training on that. I pretty much, like, the people that watch my workout videos religiously, I'll send them a video and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I know you've been watching. Is this something that you're interested in? Do you have any fitness goals? Go to your Facebook friend and request people who have 10 or more mutual friends. It is very smart to be on Instagram because Instagram is really driving my business, but we cannot forget about the power of Facebook. In Facebook, I started a campaign in March. Okay, honey, I'll be right there. Okay, I'm gonna go. I gotta go. I started engaging with people who have 10 or more friends on Facebook. I started with like 1,162 friends in the middle of May. And today on June 11th, I have 3,000 400 something friends from just consistently friend requesting people who have 10 or more friends in common. And I've made so many friends and so many new connections. And I've started conversations with them. So I highly recommend you do that. I have to go, guys. Get people results. I'm going to finish this on our Facebook page. They're in the car, and I know it's really hot out there. But do not just drop your clients in a challenge group and go. Check in weekly. Share your personal development takeaways. Share your personal development or something that would serve them. Listen to their struggles and find ways to help solve them. Be sensitive to their lives, but also push them. Like, you're gonna get a lot of excuses from people, but you also need to be able to give that tough love to them. Sometimes that's what people really need. Personal development, a really great place to start with personal development are all the resources that I gave you, those Facebook pages. Personal development is personal. So what works for somebody may not be what's right for you. So if you have any questions, you feel like you need development in a certain area of your life, in your business life, in your personal life, then ask somebody, and I'm more than happy to point you in the right direction. Mindful listening while doing mindless work. I listen to personal development while I'm getting ready. I have an AirPod in actually while I work out sometimes. If I really need a kick in the ass, I'll listen to some personal development as I do my workout. I listen to podcasts, and it goes beyond your business. Like I said earlier, like, I found myself and I found my calling by doing this type of work, and developing myself even just as a better human being, a mother, a wife, everything. So it totally goes beyond your business. Ooh, that's my last slide. Okay, guys. So I'm so sorry that I don't have time for Q&A, and I went really fast at the end. But I love you guys. I have to go be at my in-laws in 12 minutes. If there are questions, I'm going to post a recording tonight. Start to just write them down and type them up. I'm so happy to get through it. I know it was a lot of information. This is also going to be recorded, so you have the recording to refer to later. I love you guys. I'm so sorry I have to rush. Good night.